Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we are reacting to a TikTok. I had some people send me this one and it went pretty viral. I actually saw a ton of different people on TikTok stitching this, reacting to it. So I wanted to give my take. So we're gonna watch it, reconvene, and I will let you know what I think per usual.
I'm currently in a 3-year relationship with a girl that I live with. Everything felt nice at the beginning and is still nice. The problem is that I can't feel anything towards her other than the feeling of coziness, warmness, and all kinds of married for 10 years. I don't know if I'm lucky that I found someone that I'm comfortable with and who knows me so well, and if I should just shut the fuck up, or I'm still too young to be in a lame relationship and life has more passionate feelings to experience.
Just shut the fuck up.
Also, if I have to leave her, will I feel extremely guilty for letting her go since I know she depends on me emotionally?
Are people surprised that, like,
I almost feel like this
fades?
girl deserves way better than you,
Right.
honestly. Do people think that, like, you're going to have those butterflies and uneasy feelings
The
for
rest
your
of your
life?
This
No.
isn't the fucking Notebook.
Tell him, John.
All I can do is shake my head when I hear something so incredibly mind-boggling like this. Like, as he's describing what he has with this girl, it's like all the things that you should feel in a relationship, and yet he's still feeling like it's not enough. And I know we don't know the situation or, you know, the context of the situation. All we have is this little clip describing the situation, so there's obviously some things missing. But I wanted to use this as a way to talk about some other things in this video too. I think this was a really good example of so many things that are wrong with dating and relationships today. I think this is why divorce rates are high. I think this is a reason why hookup culture is at an all-time high, why people can't keep a long-term relationship, why less people are getting married. I mean, it's a perfect picture of a lot of the things that are wrong and a very dark place that dating is headed if we don't get a hold of this. So the first thing I want to talk about is the misunderstanding of the word boring. I think we are so conditioned to want to be entertained 24/7 that the thought of being bored in any capacity doesn't sit well with a lot of us, which is an issue. Our attention spans are shorter than ever before. We're programmed to seek instant gratification constantly, and now we're labeling stable, peaceful, healthy relationship dynamics as boring. That's where I draw the line. You know, if you're bored on a Friday night because you have no plans and you're scrolling, that sucks. But when you're labeling a healthy, stable, peaceful, warm, cozy relationship as boring, you need help. And let me be the one to debunk this for you. While describing something as boring doesn't typically come across very positive, in the context of a relationship, it can actually be a good thing. It often means that you've reached a level of stability, comfort, routine. This can be a sign that you've developed a deeper understanding of your partner, of each other, and there's a sense of security and predictability within the relationship. It allows for a peaceful coexistence between the two of you and a chance to focus on other aspects of your life. I think we forget that novelty or newness are perishable traits that don't withstand the test of time. And it's actually healthy for your relationship to feel peaceful and stable. I think those are better words to use than boring. But I think we've resorted to calling something that is not chaotic or toxic as boring, which is, it's horrible. And on a bit of a darker note here, someone who seeks a relationship with extreme highs and lows, unpredictable behavior, and constant chaos can be a sign of a deeper rooted issue. Trauma, insecurity, repeating unhealthy, toxic relationship patterns, maybe watching a toxic, unhealthy relationship from your parents that you grew up with. I mean, it's a sign of a deeper rooted issue. A relationship is not meant to be highs and lows and chaos and drama and toxicity. So I want to round off this point with saying it's good to feel stable, to feel peaceful. If you have that in your relationship, congratulations. I don't even know what more you could ask for. Like, that is, you have won. Like, congrats, you've won. So happy for you. And I'll get into why people feel like this isn't enough in my next point here, which is comparing your life to social media. And not just comparing your life to social media, but also being delusional in the process of doing that. We have got to stop comparing our lives and relationships to someone else's highlight reel that is on the internet. You know, it's evident to me as someone who makes this type of content that social media has completely warped the way that men and women view each other, the way that men and women view dating, standards, preferences, the dynamic between the two of, I mean, everything. People are constantly comparing their own relationship or partner to someone else's highlight reel and best moments on Instagram. Picking someone apart or writing them off for the most minuscule things, having a good thing going but thinking it's not enough because of what someone else has. It's beyond sad that we've reached this point. Even having a good thing going and thinking it's not good enough, in this example here, because of what someone else has or what social media or movies or whatever has falsely told us, inaccurately told us, that a relationship should be. It's beyond sad that we've reached this point, but I don't see it getting any better if we don't really understand this. I've said this so many times, this doesn't just apply to relationships, it applies to everything, but comparison is the thief of joy. It's incredibly easy to compare yourself to others when all you're seeing are their best moments. This accessibility at our fingertips makes us constantly want more and feel unsatisfied with what we already have, even if what we already have is so wonderful. Comparison leads to FOMO, which is the fear of missing out, which is what is happening here. Having something so wonderful and still comparing yourself and then feeling FOMO about the fact that, well, is this all there is? Am I missing out on something that could be better? My advice to you would be, don't let the fear of missing out on some hypothetical or unrealistic thing ruin what you've already got. There's a saying, you don't know what you've got until it's gone. And I think this is something that sadly so many men and women who think this way will experience. And why do we get FOMO? Well, because we compare ourselves, but also because of the illusion of options. Because we have this accessibility at our fingertips, we feel like we have more options than ever before. And a part of that is true. We do have more options than ever before than we ever did in the past, because we're not just limited to the people in our area. We can match with someone on a dating app that's in another country. We can meet someone that lives in another state. We can follow someone on social media that lives somewhere else in the world. So in addition to comparing our lives to other people's highest highs, the illusion of options is quickly turning people into scavengers on a constant hunt for the next best thing. And it's just that, it's an illusion, that the grass is greener, that there's something better, that there's someone who's perfect for you. And I hate to burst a bubble, but it's an illusion. And I'm not telling you to stay in a relationship where the two of you are not compatible, where your values aren't aligned, or where you're settling on things that contribute to the longevity of your relationship, or to stay in a relationship that is unhealthy or toxic. That's not what I'm telling you to do. What I'm telling you to do is do not let the fear of missing out ruin what you've already got. Don't let the illusion of options be the reason why you end something with someone who you're actually compatible with, who you could build a beautiful life with. It's so sad. And it's sad to watch people throw a relationship away for instant gratification or a hookup. But that's not even really what we're talking about. We're talking about feeling like your relationship isn't enough because of the way that relationships are portrayed on social media nowadays. Whether it be the sprinkle content, the princess treatment. But in this case, it was a man who wrote in thinking like, oh, is this all there is? A relationship should be stable, it should be healthy, it should be peaceful. If you're someone who is constantly chasing the highest of the highs, always looking for the next best thing, I would encourage you to really look intrinsically and think, why am I doing this? Maybe you're looking for external validation that you're not getting. Maybe you feel unfulfilled, maybe you don't have a purpose. I mean, there's a ton of explanation behind why people do this. But normally it's because they're deeply unhappy with themselves and are looking for some external source to fill a void. But you got to create that for you. And it's sad to watch. It's sad to watch young people. I'm 27 and I sound like I'm 80 years old right now. As someone who is in a stable, healthy, peaceful marriage, it's so sad to me to watch people throw something like that away, or the potential for something like that away, for the next best thing. I saw a guy react to this video and he said, you have 80% and you're throwing away the 80% to go look for the 20%. Stop doing that. I could talk about this for days on end because I have so much to say. I won't do that to you. I don't want to make this video too long, but I think there's also a huge issue with, the idea that there's a perfect person out there for you. That there's something like the one, where this person is just going to complete you and fill every void and bring you happiness. It's a lie. And if you're constantly seeking that, you will always be disappointed. There's no perfect person. There's always going to be a level of compromise and settling. I hate to even say the word settling because it has such a negative connotation, but it's not a bad thing. Every relationship requires a level of compromise and settling because there's no perfect person for you. And you learn so much about yourself in a relationship when you're challenged and when you do have to make compromises, and when you work through things together. So anyway, I'll stop ranting now, but I think this video we reacted to painted such a perfect picture of what's going wrong and where we're headed if we don't really get a handle on this. So that's all I have for this video. If you liked it or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me over on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys over on there as well. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I would love for you to share your experiences, perspectives. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? We'd just love to get a healthy, productive conversation going down below. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.